Carl Edwards has recently found himself back in the spotlight after Kyle Larson publicly invited him to practice his car for the upcoming All-Star race.
Ryan Blaney has won his way into the championship.
A great day for Kyle Larson.
Seventh career win in his 100th.
Joey Logano takes the checkered flag. Hell yeah, boy!
Edwards, retired in 2016 at the height of his career, has been largely absent from the racing scene, making his possible return a major talking point among fans and analysts. Edwards had a successful career in NASCAR, winning 28 Cup Series races and securing 72 victories across NASCAR's 3 National Series. His famous backflip celebrations became a signature move, making him one of the most memorable drivers in recent history. However, in a shocking decision, Edwards walked away from the sport in 2016, leaving many to speculate about the reasons behind his sudden departure. Over the years, he has largely stayed out of the public eye, only making occasional appearances in NASCAR-related events. The buzz surrounding Edwards started when Kyle Larson made a surprising suggestion. Larson, who plans to compete in both the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 on the same day in 2025, needs a stand-in driver for his NASCAR duties. Through Fox Sports, Larson expressed his wish to have Edwards step in for him during the All-Star race practice session.
I would love to have Carl Edwards do it. I think it'd be great because that's my pick this year. I've mentioned it to, Jeff Gordon and Cliff, but nobody really outside of that, so it's not anything serious right now, but that's who I would pick. I think that would make a huge splash in the sport and be great. So, Carl, if you happen to see this, please jump in the 5 car.
We'll see him in a couple weeks.
Edwards, upon hearing Larson's comments, responded with a mixture of surprise and humility. In an interview with Fox Sports' Bob Pockrass, he admitted, actually, this is cool.
Actually, it was cool. My friend Chris Santucci sent me that, and really, it's an honor. He's one of the fastest guys to ever drive one of these cars, and for him to say that, I don't know if he's messing with me. I'm very likely to crash a car if I were to get in one right now, but that is kind of interesting. But I'd have to go run the sim or something like that and see if I could even get around North Wilkesboro. But nobody's officially talked to me about it now.
All right, but that wasn't a total no.
No, it's never a total no. I like options, but I don't know. I'd say, yeah, it's no for now, but I'd drive a sim and check it out.
If Edwards were to make a comeback even for just a single event, it would not be easy. NASCAR has changed significantly since 2016, with one of the biggest adjustments being the introduction of the next-gen car. This new model has been challenging even for experienced drivers, and adapting to it after so many years away would require intense preparation. Another major concern is Edwards' lack of recent racing experience. NASCAR drivers must maintain peak physical and mental fitness, along with staying sharp on racing strategies and technology. The sport is highly competitive, and even a small lapse in performance can make a huge difference. For Edwards, jumping straight into a high-profile event like the All-Star race practice would be a major challenge. Kyle Larson also had a difficult time in 2024 when he tried to race in 2 big events. He raced in the Indianapolis 500, and he hoped to join the Coca-Cola 600 later that day. He was not able to join the Coca-Cola 600 because bad weather slowed him down. Rain fell in Indianapolis and caused delays that made it impossible for him to travel on time to Charlotte. The weather gave him problems that cost him a chance to show his talent in a major race. The year 2024 was very hard for him because he did not get the chance to race in one of the most important events in NASCAR. Now, the year is 2025, and Larson has planned a double attempt once more. This time he faces new challenges that are different from those of 2024. The 2025 season is full of changes in the rules that affect the way drivers can qualify for the playoffs. These rule changes have added extra pressure on every driver who wants to be a champion. Larson must now make very tough choices during the race. He must decide whether to compete the Indianapolis 500 or to be sure he makes it to the Coca-Cola 600 on time. This decision is not an easy one because each choice comes with risks. If bad weather or another unforeseen problem strikes, he could be forced into a choice that may affect his championship eligibility. The weight of these challenges is heavy for a driver who's trying to make a mark in NASCAR. The numbers in the story add to the pressure. The Indianapolis 500 is a race that lasts for 500 miles. The Coca-Cola 600 is a race that covers 600 miles, and these two races are among the longest in NASCAR, and each one tests the endurance of both the car and the driver. In 2024, Larson could not attend the Coca-Cola 600 after the 500-mile race because the delay was too long. In 2025, he must plan his schedule with even greater care because a delay of even a few minutes can mean the difference between racing and missing an event. The numbers 500 and 600 are not just figures, they represent great physical and mental challenges for a driver. The pressures of these long races make every second and every decision count. The new rules in 2025 have also changed the way drivers can earn points for the championship. NASCAR has added more conditions to the playoff system. The new rules require drivers to not only race well, but also to be on time for each event. The importance of these numbers is increased, and they force drivers to plan out every move with care. Every decision has a number behind it, and every delay can cost valuable points. Drivers like Larson must now work even harder to meet the new expectations of the sport. Now, one of the most memorable moments in Edwards' career took place at a famous racetrack called Talladega. His car suffered a big crash in the final lap of the race. Many fans thought that his race was over and that his chance for victory had passed. But Edwards did not give up. He ran across the finish line even though his car was damaged. This moment showed that he had heart, and it made some fans admire him even more. His determination and his will to finish the race have become a part of NASCAR legend. Edwards was known for his exciting style of racing and for the stunts he performed on the track. One of his signature moves was to do a backflip of his winning car, and this move was very risky, but it made him a favorite among the crowd. The number of fans who cheered for him grew each time he raced, and his ability to mix skill with showmanship created moments that fans would talk about for a long time. The image of a driver doing a backflip after a win is not seen every day, and it made Edwards a unique figure in the sport. The career of Carl Edwards saw him drive for several of the top teams in NASCAR. He was able to work with great people, and he pushed himself to be the best he could be. At one point, he drove for a team called Rose, and later he joined a team known as Joe Gibbs Racing. His decision to join Joe Gibbs Racing was made in the hope of winning the Cup Series championship. This decision was not made lightly because it meant leaving a team where he had spent many years. The move was a bold step in a career that was already filled with big decisions. Edwards came very close to winning the championship on more than one occasion. In 2011, he lost the title in a tiebreaker with a rival driver named Tony Stewart. Later, in 2016, Edwards had one final shot at the title. He was leading the race at the end of the season, and he was in a position to win the championship. However, a late caution caused the race to restart, and this change in the plan led to a crash that cost him the title. These moments in 2011 and 2016 are remembered by fans because they were so close to changing history. Don't forget to comment down your thoughts on this, and while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.